All right, coming into the monthly Bitcoin chart, we do have a lower target of 12,200. Now we do have the 50 MA as a support level at 21,000, say 22,000. On the quasi itself, take a look. The 10 is just kind of coming up into that range. Now it is quite borderline, but we do have resistance at 27,100 if price does want to continue to the upward direction. Now, if price does get above this resistance level of 27,200, then the body itself should technically close below this level of 27,000. Now, wick can come up and possibly go up to the 32,000. Now, because this is just borderline within the range, it is questionable whether this is a possible target above at 36,500. But if it does come in for the next month, then that's where price will want to go up to. I do think the 20 moving average on the quasi will still be below the range, below the minus 100. Therefore, this will still act as resistance. Now, next month, it will likely move down a little further. But we'll see what happens. But like I said, price does want to kind of come up into this direction. We'll hit the resistance at 27,100. We may get a wick above, but technically the body of the candle should close below this level. Then we do have the possible target down below at 12,200. Coming into the weekly. Now on the weekly itself, the 50 is below that range. So we did come in resistance of 24,350. That's kind of where price is now. We kind of came to it. Wick came up, but the body has remained below. So now we're just finding support on the 200 weekly. We do have a possible target above us at the 28,100. We do have to get above this resistance, which likely won't happen until next week. Next week, we can see if this will push up into the range. If it does, we could easily come up into this level. If it doesn't, it continues to the downward direction, then we'd be likely looking at retesting back at support of 20,700. On the daily itself, on the daily, we do have the 200 kind of entering in and around August 4th, therefore giving us a mean reversion on the 200 daily at 32,600. Now there is quite a bit of resistance to get above us. Again, we also had the 100 enter in July 17th. So our target was this mean reversion. It did come down quite a bit, but we did hit the target on August 14th, let's say, if not even August 13th. The 50 quasi has come down into the range. Therefore, we're looking at a possible target now of 22,250. The support level just below us at 22,900, and then the resistance above us at 24,200. There's a possibility that we do kind of come down into this range area here, try and take out the levels for this lower high, and then move up into the possible target of 32,600. Again, there's quite a bit of resistance above us. We have the 100, and then the Bollinger Band above us at 29,300. Now, if we do look down here at the one slip, we do have quite a bit of contraction on the averages. Therefore, we could see a bit of price explosion if these do start to move up. Now, the 200 is a little overexpanded still, so it would be nice to see this cool off just a bit more. But based upon where these are, we could see a nice move up, including, the 100's cooled off quite nicely as well, contracted quite a bit. If we go throughout history, we're kind of within this range here. In this case, the quasi was weighted to the downside. We saw this big move down as it started to increase. This is the potential move we could see again, depending on which way the quasi is weighted when these start to move in the upward direction. Now coming into the 4-hour. The 4-hour itself, 10 has just moved up into that quasi range. We still have the 50 below it. The 50 is acting as resistance, which we can clearly see as of now. We also have the 20 Bollinger Band pushing down on price at resistance levels at 23,500 with a possible target above us at 23,600. And then we have our lower target as well at 23,100. So if this can stay in trend, it's possible that we do move up to that 100 and then continue to push down to grab this this 200 just below us. And then from there, we'll see where price wants to go. Looking at the 1 hour. The 1 hour chart has changed a little bit since I last looked at it. Just quickly adjust these guys, easier to see. All right, so the 50 is just borderline coming up into that range. Looks like the 10 does want to kind of come down a little bit. Then we also have the 100 as a strong resistance as of right now. That 100 is sitting at 23,600. Again, we have the 50 resistance at 23.5. And so we could kind of just be a little range bound until we break above. Or if we do stay in trend, then we'll try to break the level here for liquidity in around 23,100. And then if we do break this level here, then odds are we'd be looking at coming back to that 22.6 range. We can stay above it. I mean, it's possible we do come up into these levels here. Now, we look above us, we do see quite a bit of liquidity, well, not liquidity, but we see a nice little gap here, 24,130 to say 24,000. So we could see price move up into this range, kind of come into here at these levels here, possibly up to the 200, 100, and then try and break down further down to break the level here, or get above this range and push up into this range again to 25,000 level. So see how it plays out once we get up into here. This is likely probably where we're going, unless we go full bearish and trend, and we'll know pretty soon if that's going to happen just by getting rejected off that 100 and then trying to break this level here, or if we do come into this fair value area and try to continue to the downside. So that's pretty much all I got for Bitcoin.